Hi beautiful people, how are you guys doing today? Hope you guys are having a wonderful week. So today's video is about the winter essentials for under 2 years old. The reason why I've specifically said under 2 years old is because there isn't a lot of things out there for that group age. So I've just gathered a few things that I use for my kids that work really well. So hopefully it'll be a bit beneficial to you guys for this winter. So the first thing I want to talk about is this guy here. It's called a cold humidifier. So basically what it does is that it releases moisture into the room, into the air. So what technically happens is that because it's so cold outside, we tend to turn on the heater more, which means the air in the house gets dried up. And this is what this guy does. It kind of releases more moisture into the hair, so that the hair we're breathing in, especially the kids, that it's moist and not dry, because dry means irritated nostrils, which can kind of add to them being congested really. So this it really helps well in regards to that. So what I do, I mainly turn it on at night when they're gone to sleep, so just to release a bit of moisture into the hair when they're breathing in, so that all the mucus and everything will kind of release and not just be all clogged up in your nose. So this one really works. The next thing I want to talk about is this little guy here. You can't really see because my baby girl chewed half of the label off, but it's called Snufflebabe. Basically what it is, it's a vapor rub. I have Vicks as well, which I use for my older boy, like he's over 2 years old. You can only use Vicks for over 2 years old. I just actually even recently got that like a few days ago to use it on my 2-year-old boy. This one I've always from 3 months upwards. So I use this on my daughter. So basically what I do is I just lather a bit on their chest, back and feet. And when you put some on your feet, just make sure you wear socks all the time. Every time you put some on your feet, make sure you wear socks, so you can just everything can just stay in there and keep them warm. It really works wonders. And when I say lather, I lather it on. My husband complains all the time, but I believe like the more you put on, the better. Why not? Yeah, you guys, it works wonders, honestly. Like they feel better like after a couple of days of using this thing. It's really good. And of course Vicks is the same thing, it's just for older kids, that's all. Here I use Vicks on myself as well. Vicks is Vicks, everyone knows Vicks for this stage. But this one, I got mine actually in Joyce's. I believe it's also in Boots, so you can find them in Boots. It's called Snufflebabe Vapour Rub, and they're super good. And so the next thing I want to talk about is this too. They come pretty hand in hand. So basically this one, I'll talk about this one first. For congestion relief for kids. So this one is from 3 months. You can use it on your kids from 3 months up to 3 years. There's yellow ones. When I say yellow ones, you see the way this dolphin and this top is red. There's one in the store that is yellow like that. Yellow, and it's from birth to 2 years. So you can use it from even babies to 3 years, and that's the one I used to use before. I literally got this a few days ago, and this one is actually new to the market as well. So this one is from 3 months to 3 years, and basically what it does is if they're congested and all dried up in there, just spray a bit of this in their nostrils and then use this baby. This is NUK. There's other brands out there as well. Use this baby to just suck out the mucus, and they just to make them feel better. And the less stuff that is in your nostrils, the better they will feel after a couple of days. So I just use this thing here to kind of suck out all the mucus and make sure they're all free up there. And what I actually do, I normally use this for my 2-year-old, but what I do for my 8-month-old is that I use my mouth to suck her mucus. Yes, I said mouth. Yes, I use my mouth because I feel like it's not as aggressive as this one. Because this one, my 2-year-old lets me actually do it, but my 8-month-old, she's always moving around. So I find it easier for me and for her to just use my mouth. So I use my mouth to suck her mucus. Yes, it's not disgusting, guys. It's basically the same as coughing out mucus from your throat. It's the same thing. It's not here. I will go beyond and above to make sure my kids are feeling better. So whatever I have to do, I'm going to do it. Okay? Because it's bad enough when adults, like when I get cold and flu symptoms and everything, and I'm all like congested up here, I don't feel good at all. So I totally understand when they're not feeling good, they're cranky and stuff like that. So I do everything here out of this world to just make sure they feel better. So that's what I do with that as well. And also in this cold and flu season, I just make sure their vitamins are they're high in the vitamin C for the immune system constantly. I always make sure they're taking their vitamins and stuff like that. Make sure the immune system isn't perfect, it's on point. That's the word. Even I and my husband, like, we'll all go like crazy on orange just for the immune system. Vitamin C is so important at this time of the year to just make sure like you're not getting what other people are getting. So oranges definitely will give you that. So I squeeze a bit in my baby's like beaker, or I squeeze a bit in our food. My older boy, I give him orange juice, but like obviously it's not from concentrated, so I make sure it's like the proper orange juice or whatever. So that's what I do on that side. And the last thing I want to talk about, you guys, it's a bit of a bizarre one, but I think it's quite interesting actually, but it works wonders, guys. I've never actually tried it on its own, but I've tried it with a mix of stuff I talked about here now. But actually what I have to do is I have to try it on its own, and I give you guys feedback and see tell you how it works. But it's worked wonders for me. Now the last thing I want to talk about is onions. Now I know it's a bit bizarre and you're like, okay, what's onions gonna do for your babies, like, you know, for congestion. So basically what onions does, like this thing I kind of saw, I read an article on it in like the 18th centuries or old times, anyway, years ago. And when the cattle disease or something happened, they took out a few layers of onions and just laid it around where the cattle was. And after a couple of days, the cattle kind of felt better. Basically what onion does is that it sucks out whatever, that's why they always say, what onion does is that it sucks in like bacteria, diseases, and all these things that are not good for you. The saying goes that you never chop onions when you're not ready to use them. So when you chop onions, it's when you're literally about to cook them. Don't just chop onions and leave them there for like a couple of hours or whatever, because you will soak in all the bacteria on the surface that you chopped it on. So maybe that's another tip for you guys. But if you didn't know that, comment below and let me know, or like this video. So that's basically my tips and what I use for my babies now. Like, I sometimes use all this things together. Like what's constantly going is the vitamins, the orange, and everything else is all constantly going. Sometimes I use it's just when they're congested, I use this. So like the rub, I'm kind of constantly going at this time of the year, and just make sure they're always warm there, and they're always warm, yeah, basically. And yeah, if this video was a bit informative for you, if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Click the subscribe button right now, okay? Don't forget to like the video and comment down below as well. I'll see you guys in my next video. Have a great week. Bye.